Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final X Randomizer. In the last episode we started out our second visits to the world. Well, actually we haven't, we opened up the possibility to do so. And in this episode we're going to go to the Land of Dragons. And in the comments of the last episode somebody actually gave me a really good idea as to how to potentially fix my menu crashing issue. And that is, I've got a lot of glitched items in my inventory and those are probably the very cause of, let's have Mulan in there as well. Those are probably the very cause of the fact that the menus keep crashing over and over and over again. So what if we try to, first and foremost, save state, but then try to sell them in the Moogle shop? Some of those items will not be sellable because they are keyblades, but it is worth a try to see if they show up in here and we can actually like sell some of the... It doesn't look like it, does it? Yeah, okay. It was a good idea, but sadly, it's not gonna work. So, still, cannot access the actual menus. That all being said, the fact that I do have the Ultimo weapon is kind of... makes that okay, right? It could be better. It could definitely be better, and there might be a way for me to go into the menu in the gummy ship like map overworld, which somehow could make a difference. I kind of doubt it, but seeing as how Sora has a your T-post in the ground, let's just go to the palace. I don't exactly know where we're supposed to be going. We might not be supposed to be going here quite yet. We got a magic increase, which I guess is something. Doesn't seem very randomized, but hey, it might be. At this point, I don't know. So, okay, we can't go in there yet. There are some chests in there, obviously, which we will open up today. I don't know for sure whether we'll just do this world or also Beast Castle again. I don't know if the second visits are necessarily going to be any shorter than the first visits if we skip through every single cutscene. I know that if you crash the game, it will be. Let's look on the bright side. Reloading this save state means that we don't actually have to go all the way back up the mountain because we had this save state. As I was saying, yeah, we just had to go up, not down. We might be finished with this world very, very quickly because the second visits to the world are all very much shorter. But that might be more so story related than it is gameplay related, so the gameplay might still be roughly similar. This is a very mysterious man indeed. That being said, I think this second visit is literally just this fight and then the actual boss fight of the world. So we're definitely going to do more than just this because this would probably be like a 10-minute episode if I just did this, which probably wouldn't be a brilliant idea. That being said though, this is probably like the 5th time in this series we have fought the experiment, and I've gotten pretty good at fighting the experiment, I feel like. So we can do this without a problem, and if I'm ever to replay the just vanilla Final Mix version of the game on the PS4, I'll probably go through the experiment fight rather quickly and rather easily, I want to say. Because I'm not even paying attention anymore at this point. Also, partly, I'll admit, partly because I am a little bit overpowered because I've got a really good Keyblade and I feel like I'm actually, level-wise, I'm not that high. I think the battle level for this world is somewhere like 35, I think it's at, 36 maybe? And I'm 31 because the level up we just got with the magic increase, obviously, we haven't actually gotten because the game crashed. And we're about to get that again anyway. So we're a little bit low level, but we're also playing on beginner mode because I was thinking that would be needed. Maybe at some point I'll... Wait, what? So what is the end trigger for this fight usually? I know you're not supposed to beat the boss fight itself, which is Riku. But then how are you... Usually just randomly ends, right? That's how this works? So do I just kill as many of these heartless as I can? Or is that a waste of time? I guess we'll see any second now. So yeah, I've killed a couple hundred more at this point, I think, and not making much progress. So what we're going to do is we're going to reload with a different ISO and just see if that fixes things. This might be one of those situations where we just have to power through with the unrandomized ISO though. It has turned into Cerberus, which maybe we don't actually want to win this fight. Maybe we just need to take a certain amount of damage, just like we did as Roxas against those nobody fights in the beginning of the game. That being said, Cerberus doesn't really seem like it's dealing a lot of damage at the moment. It's not really attacking much, so I guess we just stay around here and get damage slot and see if that does anything for us. So yeah, it doesn't seem like damaging myself is going to fix this, so let's just try to beat Cerberus. That is pretty much the next best thing we can do if I actually survive that long, that is, because I did get quite a lot of damage dealt to me. Cerberus isn't that difficult of a fight though, so we should be fine. Should be, in theory, maybe. Okay, we're at low health now. I still do not have cure. Actually, yes I do. I have cure now. I don't know why I still don't have it equipped, but I have cure. I got that kind of by accident unrandomized, but again, halfway through the game, I feel like it was... I couldn't really do much about it anyway, right? Maybe this will have an end trigger because of the reaction command, question mark? I doubt it, but it's possible. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. We're gonna have to do this one unrandomized. Here we are, against Riku. This should be a lot quicker than the other fights, because I think the end trigger for this fight is just Riku being down to a certain amount of HP, which obviously doesn't happen if you're not actually fighting this very specific boss fight in this very specific case. So that's probably our issue here, though. Actually, do I get experience when Riku finishes enemies off? I think I do. Huh, I never noticed that before. Maybe I killed those enemies though? I'm fairly certain that, yeah, you don't get any more damage after this. So at this point, I think it's literally just a timer thing. So maybe it was, yeah, definitely just randomized. That fight does not work. And after a little bit of shenanigans, we are back. I had a lot of crashes and ROMs and ISOs, I mean, that just would not load and crash and save points. And I was kind of afraid that I would have to start this entire episode all over again. Luckily, I did not. And these enemies aren't actually that difficult, question mark. I don't actually know if we fight the boss first. I think we don't fight the boss first. That's the entire thing about the boss. It's the last fight of the world. So we go into the palace, then back outside, and then fight the boss. That makes a lot more sense. And we go on to defeat more nobodies, only one of which is actually no, that's not a nobody. That's just a white heartless. None of these are nobodies. Which, the entire thing about this this second half of the game is that you're probably mostly going to be fighting nobodies because Sora doesn't want to kill any more heartless, because that only helps the organization. That entire, like, theme is kind of gone when it's literally all randomized and there's just more heartless than those nobodies in the game data. So you're still fighting heartless. Surprisingly though, this randomized fight actually had an end trigger. None of the heartless spawned out of bounds, nothing weird happened, and we can just move on with the randomizer, which is very rare indeed. And we have some more chests to open, which probably going to be fairly rare during the second visit. Goofy Turbo, I think that's like the third time we've got that. Are there two chests behind? Apparently. Battlefields of War. Secret Answer Report 8, which actually is not that useless. It kind of is. Remembrance Shard. So far, nothing really good, but I don't even know what I'm hoping for at this point, because most of the items I can't even equip, because I can't go into the menu. So I guess I'm just hoping for magic? Yeah, magic. That's probably what I'm hoping for. That's the only useful thing I can get out of chests at this point. Yeah, of course it's Luxord, because why wouldn't it be? It's impossible. We know that this is impossible. It's Luxord. Well, it's an organization member again, but this time it's actually a beatable one. So let's give it a shot. I don't know what'll actually happen when Zaxian tries to ensnare Mulan in a book. It might just say it might not. Never mind. This is not gonna help. Might actually help me, never mind. It might not be that bad for me to do this. Okay, this seems possible. This does seem possible. Easy? Definitely not. But this fight has never been exactly easy now, has it? I think I've got a Berserk Charge on, which means that I'm not going to be able to finish a combo on you. Never mind, I don't need to. Let's attack you. That's going to be this world done, and I'm under half an hour of recording session. So that probably means that the video at this point is like 20 minutes long at most, probably closer to 15. So we're definitely going to do another world as well. This is probably the easiest Zaxian fight I've ever had, but it's probably because it's absent silhouette Zaxian, and I am not quite as a lot of data as Zaxian, obviously. Okay, this is actually going to be a bit bothersome, because I won't know which... oh my god, I did that! I think I don't want to say never done that properly before, but it's very difficult to do the last minute dodge roll into the right one. And I managed to do it, so that is somewhat impressive, to myself at least. This is so much easier than the original boss fight that you fight here, it's kind of ridiculous. I get another drive gauge power up, I should be at like 14 by now. Yeah, so definitely the worlds themselves are a fair bit shorter, so we're probably going to average about 2 worlds an episode for the second half of the series, which means that we're about 2/3 the way through the series, not halfway through probably. And that probably means that I'm going to have to start thinking about what to upload on Sundays after this finishes. Very soon. I actually already have an answer to that, don't worry. More not nobodies. Because why would I ever need to defeat nobodies? Actually, I kind of prefer these heartless because nobodies... Most types of nobodies are at least somewhat annoying to deal with. Even if you're high leveled, they like teleport all over the place, they're hard to hit, they have annoying movement patterns, all that kind of stuff. And heartless are just... They're much simpler to deal with, especially when you're a little bit higher leveled. T-posing enemies are the best enemies because they don't resist when you mash their head in with the gigantic key. Also, this map doesn't crash anymore, which is fantastic. The Olympus Stone. Took a while. Proof of peace! We've got a silver crown now, I think. Suddenly, that is great. I like that. Thank you, Silver Crown. We're probably going to get the Gold Crown at this rate. And suddenly this transition to this map has the same old issue it always had. After me getting the Proof of Peace, which is slightly annoying, to say the least. I did just notice coming back here though that we've got an absent silhouette, which we might as well take care of because we've got the time to do so. And this could be very, very interesting. Because it is going to be Axel. Hopefully not Data Axel. Oh, because Malusha usually starts with a cutscene, which doesn't happen here. I don't actually gain control over my character. Well, that means that none of the randomizers are going to work here unless it randomizes into Data Malusha, which I'd rather not. I just applied the non-randomized ISO, but I also realized I could have exited through the save point in Beast's room, then entered through the save point in Belle's room, and then through that avoided the crash, potentially, and had this be randomized. Details, honestly. Details. It's a little bit too bad that I didn't think about that until literally the moment I walked into this map, but I don't even think we get a reward item or anything for this battle. It's literally just... There will be some different enemies if I randomize this, which is kind of the point of the randomizer. I do understand that, and potential level up bonuses would be different because of the randomizer, but it's a minor difference. And as we know, these like enemy gauntlets, when they get randomized, oftentimes don't even have an end trigger because one of the important enemies just either doesn't spawn or spawns out of bounds or something like that. So maybe it's a good thing that this wasn't randomized at the end of the day. The funny thing is, while reloading the save file to apply the randomizer again, I realized something. I've been saying maybe if we skip through all the cutscenes, the second visits won't be that much shorter than the first visits and stuff like that. But the only reason the second visits to these worlds have any merit to them whatsoever is because of the cutscenes. Once you skip all of them, they're actually ridiculously short. And Scar, sure, why not? You see what I mean? I mean, this has been a shorter recording session than most single worlds I've done. And I've had some dead air in between because I've also been texting one of my friends, just like working things out for some things that we're talking about. So, and I'm at 45 minutes of recording session. I've gone through 2 entire worlds. So if I were just playing, I probably could have done 3 worlds in this time. Which means that maybe there's only going to be like 3 or 4 more episodes of this series. For today, we're going to keep it at just 2 worlds, because I want to see in editing how long this episode turns out to be. But there is a potential that next episode will actually do 3 worlds, because we'll do the Olympus Coliseum and Port Royale probably anyway. I think Port Royale is a little bit longer because it also has the Hunt for the Medallion. So maybe we'll only do those 2, but then maybe in the episode after that we'll do also go to the Pride Lands as well. I am not entirely sure what we're going to do there, but there is a distinct possibility of that being a thing. Also, I still have not equipped Cure into my hotbar menu, and I really should. But there's also very easy boss for... Oh, T-posing. Course. Scar, Lion's alright, that makes sense. Only thing I'm worried about is the game crashing here right now, so that I do have to fight another boss fight. Which it didn't. Maximum HP and MP increase, which I'll take. We got, I think, like a 3rd MP rage, potentially. We've got plenty of those at this point. And we completed yet another world. We're going through these very quickly. You can see what I mean? I probably could fit in Olympus Coliseum this episode as well. I'm not going to, again, just because I want to see in editing how long this episode actually ends up being. It's probably still fairly short though. Battle level 39. Is that higher or lower than Port Royale? I wonder. I think it probably is higher. Yeah, it's higher. You're supposed to go to Port Royale first. Then again, everything gets randomized anyway, so who gives a shit? So yeah, I just checked about the being able to go into the menu from this screen. You can't do that in Kingdom Hearts 2. You can in Birth by Sleep. That's what I was confused by. So we can't actually do that. I was thinking maybe if Sora isn't loaded into the game, we can change his like item layout, and that then isn't as unstable. Doesn't work that way, sadly, because we can't access that menu from here. Probably because Sora isn't loaded into the game. That being said, that's been it for today. I'll see you all back next episode. Until then, I'm a vlogger. You've been awesome. As always, bye.